Every Pokemon journey starts with the quiet rustle of tall grass swaying in the wind. The morning sun filters through the trees as dew clings to your boots, and each step forward carries both anticipation and unease for an encounter. Among the whispers of wind, a sudden flurry of feathers break the stillness. A small bird Pokemon emerges, its eyes bright and curious, wings twitching with nervous energy. It's not powerful, not yet, but in its stance there's courage and confidence. This is the Route 1 bird. Fast, fragile, and full of potential. Most Route 1 birds are not played competitively because they are weak. Today, we will be looking at how to fix the Route 1 birds to make them all competitively viable. I'm doing this because I want to create a competitive format where all fully evolved Pokemon are balanced but maintain their unique identity. If you're watching this right now, I'm writing this on my trip to Vancouver. Let's first take a look at Pidgeot. I'll be honest, Pidgeot really has nothing going for it. It has very average stats, very shallow move pool, and 3 very situational abilities. Mega Pidgeot, on the other hand, is pretty damn good, with the amount of special attack and speed this Pokemon gains, and its ability, No Guard. So, I would like to make regular Pidgeot a very downgraded version of Mega Pidgeot. I'm going to give Pidgeot the No Guard as its hidden ability and redistribute 30 attack into special attack. Also, for some more offensive power on the normal special side of things, I will give Pidgeot Boom Burst and Calm Mind, a noticeable upgrade from Uproar and Hyper Beam. The next Pokemon has fear in its name, but actually no competitive Pokemon really fears this Pokemon. Fearow. Fearow stats are very mediocre and has a decent situational ability in Sniper. The only move he can utilize it effectively is with Drill Run, so we'll give Fearow 3 high critical hitting moves in Slash, Night Slash, and Shadow Claw, and also Slap on Tailwind as well. I don't think that giving these moves to Fearow will make this Pokemon any more viable, so we need to change its stats. I will remove 30 special attack and redistribute it into attack and speed evenly. This Route 1 bird is the most forgettable Route 1 bird from the Pokemon series, Noctowl. Similar to the other 2 early birds, there are not very good qualities about Noctowl aside from a deeper move pool from the other 2 birds and a good ability in Tinted Lens if you manage to hit hard. I want to make Noctowl a special utility wall that can be played under Trick Room. With that being said, I'm removing 20 speed and 10 attack and redistributing it into 20 special defense and 10 HP. This Pokemon learns a lot of Psychic type moves, and his Pokedex entry talks a lot about this Pokemon having psychic powers, like complex thinking or intellectual powers. So, we will give this Pokemon the Psychic and Flying typing instead. If we're going to change the Pokemon's typing, we will add some moves relating to that typing and other utility moves that can help Noctowl, like Light Screen, Trick Room, U-Turn, and Heal Bell. Flying from Johto to Hoenn, let's take a look at Swellow. Swellow is a strong Pokemon with a decent move pool and a very gimmicky and great ability in Guts. But I think this Pokemon falls short in its stats and maybe a bit of coverage. To better reflect Swellow's playstyle, we'll min-max his stats a bit. So we will remove 25 special attack and redistribute it into 15 attack and 10 HP. Then we will add more moves for Swellow to play with, like Dual Wing Beat, Fire Fang, Ice Fang, and Thunder Fang. Still staying at Hoenn, we are looking at the Pelican Pokemon, Pelipper. I think this Pokemon is really strong, as in the current format, Regulation I, each player can bring 2 restricted legendary Pokemon. The usage rate for Pelipper is still very good at 2.11% usage, the highest and the only percentage over 1% for any bird Pokemon. Pelipper's introduction to Drizzle in Generation 7 really changed this Pokemon. This Pokemon has a great move pool, like having Wide Guard, Tailwind, Weather Ball, and Hurricane. With that being said, I will only be giving this Pokemon one move that got removed from most water Pokemon, Scald. I don't know if Pelipper exactly needs Scald because Weather Ball has a higher base power than Scald, but Scald adds more utility and stability in a water attack. Being one of the most beloved Route 1 bird Pokemon used in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum playthroughs, let's take a look at Staraptor. With a whopping 0.01% pick rate, we are going to change this Pokemon a lot and completely change its playstyle to something I think could be more fitting competitively, because I don't want all bird Pokemon to be one-dimensional and similar. Fast physical sweepers. So instead, we are going to make this Pokemon into a great Intimidate and Support Pokemon and the potential of being a Final Gambit plus Choice Scarf user. We are going to remove 40 attack and 10 special attack and redistribute it into 15 HP, 15 defense, and 20 special defense. I know I've removed so much of Staraptor's attack stat, but it still has a respectable 80 base attack. We are going to keep its speed stat as is because 100 base speed is pretty good for a Route 1 bird Pokemon. I'm not going to change its abilities because both Intimidate and Reckless are both good abilities, with one being infinitely better than the other. As for the moveset and learn set, Staraptor already learns pretty good utility moves like Tailwind, Helping Hand, Feather Dance, and Struggle Bug, and we will look to widen its status and utility moves by giving it Wide Guard, Taunt, Encore, Haze, Mirror Move, and Safeguard. Now moving on to Unova. This is one of the most forgettable Route 1 bird Pokemon, Unfezant. Similar to how we buffed Fearow, we will do the same with Unfezant because they have a similar gimmick, trying to permanently crit Pokemon. Unfezant's stats are not the worst to say the least, but they're not the best, and I will try to add a tiny bit of bulk to this Pokemon by removing 20 special attack, redistributing the 20 base stats into special defense and HP evenly. To feed more into the perma critting strategy, I will give Unfezant the moves Slash, Shadow Claw, and Double Edge. The next bird we'll take a look at already got a nerf in Generation 7. We are looking at Talonflame. Originally, Talonflame's ability Gale Wings gave him permanent +1 priority to flying type moves no matter the HP, but now it gives him a +1 priority when Talonflame is full HP. Talonflame is a good Pokemon with an okay usage in the format, 0.27. We see Talonflame a lot more when the power level isn't as high with 2 restricted Pokemon. For example, Regulation H, which banned all legendary and paradox Pokemon, Talonflame had a 6.68% usage, which is all that you can ask for a Route 1 bird Pokemon, to be honest. I'll make some adjustments to Talonflame though. Talonflame's speed stat is great, but his other stats are very mediocre, considering the fact that it is a physical attacking Pokemon. We will remove 30 special attack and redistribute it into 10 attack, 10 HP, and 5 in both special defense and defense, making this Pokemon a little bulkier and hit a tiny bit harder. I would also like to rework Gale Wing, not to the point of being overpowered like having permanent priority to flying type moves, or being underpowered at giving only priority when at 100% HP. I'm meeting both right in the middle by giving priority to flying type moves when Talonflame is above 50% HP. Would this be broken? I'm not so sure, but I could see Roost spamming really being a thing now, as it would automatically bring Talonflame up to 50% HP. I didn't know that Toucannon Sam was in the game. Meet Toucannon. I think that Toucannon is a great Pokemon in theory, but kind of lacks in stats and move pool. Toucannon has 2 great battling abilities in both Skill Link and Sheer Force, and I want the option to use both. Toucannon does not have the ability to fully utilize Sheer Force because a lot of the moves that Toucannon learns does not have secondary effects, so I will add Headbutt, Body Slam, Ice Fang, Thunder Fang, and Fire Fang, which are all moves with secondary effects that will be greatly affected by Sheer Force. I will also give Toucannon more moves it could use alongside Skill Link, so I will give it Pin Missile and Spike Cannon. Moving over to Toucannon's stats, its attack stat is really good and will remain unchanged, but the other stats are really just average. I want to play into Toucannon's slow playstyle and try to make it a menace under Trick Room, so I will remove 10 speed and special attack and redistribute it into 15 HP and 5 in both defense and special defense, making this Pokemon a little more bulkier. Moving on to a Pokemon that thrives really well in singles but not so much in double battles, Corviknight. Congrats to Corviknight for getting 3rd place in the most used Route 1 bird Pokemon in VGC with a 0.03% usage rate. I think that Corviknight is a great Pokemon with a great typing and could thrive in doubles if it learned good supporting double moves, which it currently lacks. Corviknight obviously learns a lot of dark type moves like Fake Tears, Taunt, Hone Claws, probably because of its scary, menacing appearance, so I will give Corviknight 3 extra dark type utility moves that are often used in VGC: Snarl, Knockoff, and Parting Shot. I know that Corviknight has an atrocious special attack stat, which I'm going to lower even more in the stats section, but the point of Snarl is not just damage. There are 2 reasons: to reduce the overall offensive output of special attacking Pokemon, and to break any potential focus sashers on Pokemon. When looking at Corviknight's stats, I don't have any problems with it aside from its atrocious speed stat. I will remove 20 special attack and redistribute it all into speed. Last but not least, we'll take a look at Kilowattrel, which comes in our 4th place contender for the most used bird Pokemon with a 0.02% usage. Kilowattrel is very unique compared to other bird Pokemon we've looked at because Kilowattrel is purely a fast special sweeper. I think the problem with this Pokemon is that this Pokemon does not know a lot of coverage. Quite literally, his only offensive moves are either electric, flying, or normal. I will be giving Kilowattrel Rain Dance, Icy Wind for speed utility, Haze, Dazzling Gleam, and Psychic. If we take a look at Kilowattrel's stats, its speed and special attack are great, but it's lacking in defenses. I will remove 30 attack and give Kilowattrel 10 in HP, defense, and special defense. And that is it for all of the bird Pokemon. Let me know how I did in the comment section down below, and let me know how you would balance these Pokemon. In next week's video, we'll look at how to balance other restricted legendary Pokemon that are not in the game, as well as the guardian deities. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like for the algorithm and comment down below. I'll be uploading these every Wednesday at 11 AM, so stick around. Until next time, peace.